All right, folks, and we are back with Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, but maybe not ranked gameplay, as you can see from the title here. We're doing it, right? I mean, come on, you can't be a YouTuber and not make a tier list. So I suppose we're doing it, but we're not making. Listen, we're not doing this. Oh, you know, who's better? Oh, rank, high tiers, low tiers. You know, who's good in actual gameplay. Better people than I have made those sorts of tier lists, and honestly, I'm not entirely convinced that they're super important for 99% of the player base. So anyway, we're not doing one of those. We're doing a music tier list, a character-themed tier list here, because honestly, I've been on record saying that I'm not a huge fan of the music in this game. Now, I've got to preface this by saying there are definitely exceptions, and I haven't really ever sat down and listened to a lot of the themes and given them like a proper listen to and evaluation here, so that's why we're doing this. So just a quick explanation before we get going here, right? We got 5 tiers. Fire Piano Guy, if you don't know the GIF, I'll find it, I'll put it, it'll be somewhere up there, right? That's like, this is just, it's an absolute banger. I would listen to this, like, outside of even playing the game, right? This just goes incredibly hard, and we'll do that. Speaking of which, goes hard, the next tier. Really strong music, really good stuff, really catchy, and so obviously there's different kinds of music. Some of the music is really hype, like the Ladiva theme that's playing here, right? And then obviously there's some stuff that's just, you know, there's a bit more emotional, a bit more dramatic. We're not going to separate those, but like, you know, goes hard. You can go hard and still be like sort of optimistic and dramatic. It doesn't have to be guitars and drums and rock music, so it's fun. Kind of mid, self-explanatory, boring, annoying, self-explanatory, and then ears bleeding. Hopefully nothing should be this low. From what I've heard, I haven't really... If I have one general criticism of the music in this game, it's that some of it is just kind of unremarkable. I don't think any of it is straight up like... How can I say this? None of it is like unpleasant, right? Like there are parts of Ramlethal's theme in Guilty Gear Strive, if you guys are familiar with that I just find unpleasant. That part where it just turns into like a goddamn police siren for like a minute. So hopefully none of that exists in this video game. But anyways, so without further ado, if you like this sort of stuff, it's obviously not the usual ranked gameplay that I've been doing, so hopefully you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe if you want to support and see that, show me that I would like to do more of this. But for now, let's get going, and we'll start... Oh, yeah, sorry, one last thing before we get going here. We're going to be... let me pause this just for a second. We're going to be going off of these playlists here that are uploaded by the boy Zerom. This is a really, really cracked Charlotta, right? I'm pretty sure I see this person in some TNS VODs and things like that. So shout out Zerom. I hope you don't mind me using these here playlists. You cracked Charlotta, and also helping out the community uploading these soundtracks. So anyways, what's been playing for this whole time, ever since I introed the video, is of course we gotta get the queen herself out of the way first, Ladiva. And listen, you've been listening to it this whole time, so we can just talk about it real quick. I think I like it. I honestly, when I was going into this, I was like, I'm gonna do Ladiva first, and I'm gonna have to say some heartbreaking things here and say that I don't really think the theme is that good. But after listening to it, like basically the whole thing there, we're not gonna listen to the whole thing for everything, but just while I was going through the intro there, we did end up listening to basically the entire theme. I actually like that a little bit more than I thought. It's kind of hype, you know. It's got a couple. It switches up sometimes. By the way, I have no music theory knowledge or anything like that. I can only just talk about this and like Gorilla makes the dopamine receptors go off or doesn't. Right? I don't know what. I learned the word leitmotif recently. I don't know what the hell that is, but it sounds fun. Anyways, Ladiva's theme is kind of hard. Goes kind of hard. I think I like it. It's not amazing, right? But honestly, it hyped me up a lot more than I expected after. When I was going into this, I didn't expect to like it that much. So, all right. Well, obviously, first off, if you disagree with this, you're wrong. This is my subjective tier list, but at least on Ladiva, you can't put her any lower than this. If you want to put her in Fire Piano Guy, that's fine, but don't disrespect my girl. All right, let's just go then. Let's hit up Mr. Fantasy versus Rising himself. Why not? We're here, right? Might as well start with the protagonist here. So, Gran, Mr. Fantasy versus Rising, right? It's nice. Right? You've heard this 100 times if you've played the video game before. It even says main theme there, right? It's got a little bit of. Oh, it's got some hype to it every now and then. I can't be too upset. It does. It definitely, it peters off a little bit. We're gonna be skipping through here a little, but it does have this little, rising thing here that's happening. That's cool. And go into, I think that him and Djeeta have different themes, right? I'm pretty sure they're not like they are quite different. So. Yeah, I mean, and then it goes off into like this is sort of the general theme that goes on through here, right? The da da da, right, goes on. Okay, I'm gonna start this. Listen, by the way, I just want to preface this and say that I feel like I'm not a super harsh critic for music. Like I liked the Street Fighter 6 themes, and I know a lot of people hated the music in that game. I think Guilty Gear Strive also was super cool, and I know that wasn't initially received super well. But I don't know, something about this Granblue music, man. I think this is kind of mid. I think it's kind of mid. No disrespect, nothing but respect for my president, Mr. Fantasy versus Rising himself. But it's not. It's fine, right? It's fine. Like it's not bad. It's not good. It's just kind of it's anime protagonist music, and you know I love me my Gokus, I love me my Narutos, my Yuji Itadoris, but this one's just it's not hitting. It's not hitting. Let's see. You know what? Let's see if while we're here, let's see if Djeeta can do any better. Oh, I know this one. I listen to this all the time because Djeeta is like my training dummy, right? A lot of times. Okay. Yeah. Again, very, very optimistic, right? Very, just like, yeah, it's got like a happiness to it. You can't be mad about it. Let's see, how does it? Right, yeah. All right, and then yeah, kind of, it dips off and then it goes into this. I mean, listen. Okay, hold on. I know it does, yeah, it goes, Ooh, 8-0? I like this better than Grant's, is what I'm going to say straight up. I like it better than Grant's theme. I still don't think it quite... I think it's a little mid, by the way. I definitely have a preference for like the songs that sound a little bit more like the Divas theme, the more like hard rock, or not really hard rock, but just like, you know, they got drums and stuff. I'm not saying that all the themes I like are going to be there, but this is nice. It's just I find that maybe it's just a little bit of background noise. It feels like this is fine to play, you know, in the middle of a match, sure, but like it's not really just listening to it there without any sort of fighting going on screen to keep me occupied. I feel like it's fine. But yeah, closer to the left here is gonna be better. So just keep that in mind. Katalina, I don't even know what Catalina's theme is. Does anybody know Catalina's theme? I don't think I'm sure I've heard it, but I haven't run into a terrible amount of Katalina. Ooh. Oh, hold on. That's a violin, right? I'm sorry, I'm really musically challenged, let's say. So that's a violin, I'm pretty sure, and whatever it is, I'm liking what it's doing. Okay. All right, where's this going? I've heard this before, but I forget where it goes. All right, and then... Oh, dude. This goes really hard. I don't know. What do you guys say? That's a hell of a drop there. I'm feeling like happy, you know? I feel like I want to cry. Like this stuff is... But it's also got like some melancholy in it somewhere in there. Oh, and then they even bring in a guitar. They know the way to my heart. Okay, how does this go later on? How does it go? Okay, yeah, it kind of... Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think a lot of them do kind of loop like that, right? But man, if you didn't feel anything there, you got to go to see a doctor, man. And I don't mean like a physical or a mental doctor, because either your heart or your mind is not properly accessible there. Is this fire piano guy? I know it might sound crazy, right? Because Katalina is kind of known as a boring character, like as far as her gameplay, but like that was going nuts, wasn't it? I'm gonna put it here. We can reevaluate, right? If some better themes come along and I feel like it doesn't quite belong in the same weight class, we can move it down. But that moved me, bro. Those strings, they're tugging at my heartstrings. That was really, really good. Okay. Charlotta. Can't disrespect Charlotta here, or Zero won't let me use these playlists anymore. So I'll have to hide my real opinion. I'm kidding, of course. But Noble Execution. That's a really metal man. Whoa. Well, speak of the devil. I don't think I've... Okay. Yeah, the sort of marching drums there. I always imagine like the clopping of a horse and that sort of... Okay. This is... I don't think I've heard this very much. This is not what I would... This is not what I think of when I think Charlotta. Okay, okay, where does it go from here? It's definitely got like a royalty thing to it, right? You can tell. Uh-huh. All right. I think I've heard enough. I think it goes hard. I don't think do I like it more than Ladiva's theme? I'm gonna say yes. Just to hide my own bias here. I think there were definitely parts of that. No, I'm sorry. I think I don't want to get recency bias too hard either. I think I do like Ladiva's theme more, but I like that. That was definitely, that's hype. I like the direction that was going in. It didn't make me feel things in the way that Katalina's theme did, but I got no complaints with that at all. Okay, Lance. Weisse Drach. I think that's how you say that, right? I used to speak some German at some point, not so much anymore. Oh, this is Lance's theme? I've heard this a lot of times before. This very much, it's got the same sort of general vibe to it as like Djeeta and Gran do, right? I feel like. Okay. I want to see what happens right here, and then I might skip ahead a sec. Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, right. It has this. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is why it's most. This part's really good, right? I think I just really like violins, is what I'm discovering, or whatever, like the little string instruments. That is nice. And this is good too. Okay. The problem with this... Yeah, okay, and then you kind of loops, right? Yeah. The problem with this is the beginning is weak. Right? Like, I feel like up until... like here. Maybe even a little farther. It's when the violin starts, really. Right? Yeah, so it's like a minute-long loop, right? And like 40 seconds of it, I feel like, is kind of mid. But then the violin goes a little bit hard. I don't think it's saving Lancelot from kind of mid, though. Because I think, honestly, like, it's like the last 20 seconds are like here, and the first 40 seconds are like here. So I'm going to average him out to... Let's put him between... Let's have him separate Gran and Djeeta there and call it a day. I really do like that part there with the violin, but it's not quite enough. Oh, and this is Percival's soundtrack. Okay. This is very grandiose, right? Is that a word? That's a word. This sounds like a... Is Percival a villain in the lore? Like I thought he was him and Lancelot and things like that. They're all like those him, Lancelot, Siegfried, and someone else are like dragon knights or something. I thought they were like the good guys. I mean, Lancelot's a super good boy. Siegfried seems edgy, but he seems like a good boy. The beginning of that almost sounded like a villain theme. Okay, but I got the general idea. It's definitely cool, but I don't know, like even though it definitely had like that very grandiose sort of vibe to it, it didn't really grab me for some reason or another in the same way that, for example, like Charlotta's theme is I guess somewhat similar to this in the sense that they both start off pretty hardcore, but I didn't like this one quite as much. I'll put it at the top of here. We don't have anything boring or annoying so far. Maybe that means I'm being too nice, but we'll see as we go. All right, Metera, one of my nightmare matchups, but hopefully someone with a good theme. Whoa. Completely different, right? This is so interesting. What the hell? I run into almost no Meteras, so I don't think I've heard this very much. It's still very novel to me. Well, I mean, I like it, I think. It's just... It almost feels like it's from a different game. Oh, right, and then it has the... It hits like a... Yeah, here. This is like the high note, right? Yeah, okay. They've also got like an electronic string instrument in there. I feel like. Yeah, and this is sort of where it peaks, and then it'll go off. I mean, I do like that. It's weird though, right? It almost feels strange to evaluate in comparison to everything else here. I mean, I feel like I like it more than everything kind of mid, but they're just like there are a bunch of parts in the middle that feel kind of like they're filling to like lead you in between the hype moments. I'll put it at the bottom of goes hard. Again, I might be less generous as we go on here if I realize that maybe I'm just being a little nice and I have to like shift everything down one. We'll see. I know there are definitely some themes that I really enjoy that we have not run into yet, so those might shake up my opinion on the tier list a little bit. Okay, so next we've got Lowain, my boy. I don't actually know what Lowain's theme. I couldn't summon it in my head. This is Lowain's theme. I've heard this before. I did not know this was Lowain's theme. Again, kind of like Metera. Or at least like similar genre of music to Metera, it feels like. Is this like... Because Metera's like a cat lady, and Lowain is like a dog person, I think. Is this like these groups of people, like their themes all share this sort of slightly electronic motif to them? I mean, it's very bouncy, right? It's a little like it's energetic. It fits the character for sure. Okay. I was gonna do the thing again. Yeah, where do you go from here? You're building up to something. Where's the drop? Ah, okay, it's this, right. Okay. Listen, Lowain. I see you. I feel what you're putting down. But I'll be honest. I don't know that it felt a little bit like a sort of more... It felt like Metera's theme, but I didn't like it as much, I guess. It's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I was going to call it a more generic version of Metera's theme, but I don't know if that's the case. They were different enough. But I think maybe hearing them back to back has altered my opinion slightly, but I just feel like, yeah, Metera's theme is just a slightly better version of this. So if I was like barely considering putting Metera in Goes Hard, I'm gonna do something like this. I think Percival's theme was still cooler overall. Okay, so here's one, a character that regularly causes me nightmares in the actual video game. But, man. This is what I was talking earlier about how music doesn't necessarily have to be all guitars and drums and nonsense for me to really like it. I mean, there's a lot in this too, but it's definitely got, like, the thing that's really cool about it is not that necessarily. It's like feels like an anime opening, right? Like it's paced like that. Like it's got that really calm opening and then some drums and then calm again. I can almost hear Lecia over this. Okay. Like it stays calm for a little bit, right? But it's nice here. Like it's maybe a little unenthusiastic, but it's nice. And then it hits this little climax, and this is just, I don't know. This does something to me. This reminds me of better days, you know, my childhood. Yeah, So I really do like that portion, but I do have to admit that this is like everything up until here is nice, but there's like kind of there's like 30 seconds of filler or something in here. I do still really like it. But I think as much as I wanted to put this up in Fire Piano Guy, I think we're just gonna put it top of Goes Hard from now. For now, we're gonna see as we go. Also, I'm really starting to consider that these three maybe need to move down a little bit. I don't. By the way, I don't expect that we'll have anything in here. Like I put this in here as like the worst tier, but from what I've heard, again, my biggest criticism against any of the music in this game so far is just that that's been kind of unremarkable, right? So I think like these are kind of unremarkable to me, but I don't think anything is going to actively be offensive. So hopefully this tier remains empty for the whole video. All right, well done by Ferry there. Let's move on to Zeta and see what she's got. Arves. Oh, this is Zeta. Okay, definitely heard this a bunch. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see you. Where do you go from here? Ah, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, and then this is... I've heard this a few times for sure. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean... And then it hits a little bit harder right here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. A lot of them hit, a climax around the 1 minute mark. I see it. I see the vision. I think it's a little to me, right? Like I like it. I like what's going on, but it's like I don't dislike it, right? Mid is people use mid in like such a negative context. When someone says mid, a lot of the times they mean like, oh, I think this is shit. No, it's not what I mean at all, right? It's mid. It's average. I like some things about it. I don't really like some things about it. It's sort of middle of the road, right? So I think it's fine. It just I don't know. Even though despite the instruments that are being used there, I feel like it's a little flat. A little boring for quite a bit of it until it sort of hits that stride there in about the 1 minute mark. Vaseraga, I actually don't know what Vaseraga's theme is off the top of my head, but I suppose we're about to find out. Oh, I've heard this. Yeah, I know this. I definitely like what's going on here with what I think is a guitar. Oh, and then they got a little string instrument joining in. They know the way to my heart. Okay, this is a good start. It is very, I mean, this makes sense, right? It's very heavy for Vaseraga, which is what you would expect. Oh, right, and it kind of... This is interesting. This is, again, like a lot of them have this sort of middle area where not a ton happens, but as far as those sort of low points go, this is, I don't mind this too much. Right, yeah, and then it goes there. And they throw in a little violin there, I wouldn't call him a gentle giant. I was gonna say gentle giant vibes. I don't know if that's necessarily true for Vaseraga. He's a nice guy, right? But very much more giant than gentle, perhaps. Yeah, okay, I don't know where this goes then. It kind of goes into... Yeah. This over here for the sort of climax of it. Yeah. I mean, I like it. But again, see, we're starting to sort of discover. I think to an extent, my initial opinion about the music going into this video is somewhat being validated here. Where like none of this is bad. I liked the beginning of Vaseraga quite a lot, but yeah, it just kind of it turns into what sort of it doesn't feel. It just kind of feels like background noise to me, right? It feels like this is fine, and that's what it's designed to be, right? That's what they're designed to be. They're designed to be background music that plays while you fight somebody. But like some of them stand out a lot more to me, and then a lot of them don't. Though Vaseraga is not really quite there. I think I liked the beginning enough. Kind of similar thing for Percival, where the beginning was very sort of it grabs you right away, but then I think it loses you as it kind of goes on. I'll put them there. No offense to my Vaseraga mains, I do love your character, but listen, man, the music it's just sometimes it doesn't do it for you. Okay, so Narmaya is next. I have a vague recollection of what her theme sounds like, and I remember it's very, well, you guys are gonna see if you don't already know. Butterfly Girl. First off, it's 6 minutes long. There's some clear favoritism going on here. Yeah. This sounds like Undernight music or something. You know what I mean? I thought of like Yuzuriha when I first heard this. Not a Granblue character. I don't even know if this sounds like Yuzuriha's theme. It's been like years since I've heard that, but... Okay, yeah, and then again, we have our little dip period there, like most of them tend to do. But this one, I mean, this is pretty good in terms of like a bridge or an in-between portion, I guess. And it doesn't really let up. It just goes right into something else. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I mean, they did. I mean, there's some clear favoritism going on here, right? I mean, Narmaya, she for obvious reasons, fan favorite character, right? They gave her a great theme. She's got a battle pass skin, right? She's not even a DLC character, but they're treating her like she is here. And this, I mean, yeah. Is it Fire Piano Guy? So obviously this is at least like somewhere in this sort of area, right? But is it Fire Piano Guy? I don't think so. I don't. So I think Narmaya's theme is kind of the opposite of a lot of these themes, where a lot of them have like really high highs, and then they just dip there for like 40 seconds or something. It'll just be kind of nothing. This was just really good the whole time, but at no point did it peak to somewhere like that. I was like, oh man, damn! Like it was the whole thing, the whole way through that little minute 30 there. It was pretty entertaining. So I think top of goes hard is fair. Maybe we can reassess later. Soriz, I like the beginning of Soriz's too. I remember he's got the sort of banjo grandpa will beat your ass guitar riff. Yeah, this little riff here. First off, it's called Macho Ultimatum, right? So that's, I mean, if I were giving bonus points for names, this was maybe the best name in the game, right? It's the same name as his SSBA, right? Where he goes into sumo diaper mode. Okay, I do like this. Yeah, and this general, is this what a motif is? This general thing that's going on here, like the sort of main sound that's playing right now, is quite enjoyable. Yeah, and then it hits the guitar up. Okay. Yeah. And then I think I kind of know where it goes from here. Yeah, and then we find ourselves kind of back at the beginning, right? Oh, no, actually. It hits an even harder guitar riff. I see you. Turn this up just a little bit here. I feel like it's a little quiet. Okay. I see where... Actually, hold on. Was it about to just get even crazier? No, okay. That's about where it peaks. Okay. I feel you. I like it. I think it. I really want to put this higher than like here, because I think for how positive I was sounding during it is. So obviously it feels like basically a little like a straight downgrade of Narmaya's theme. Obviously they're completely different, but in the sense of like there was no point that I was bored during that Soriz theme. It was a same consistent quality the whole time, but that quality was just kind of, as far as how much I was enjoying it, was just kind of like, this is nice. It's not bad. So I'm gonna put it top kind of mid, and I'm being maybe I'm meaner than I thought I was. But when I just look at this, I'm like, I enjoyed all 5 of these themes more than the Soriz theme, quite notably. I feel like. Zoey. I have not actually. Again, a lot of these themes I don't know by heart, and maybe that's a little bit of a indictment of the video game, right? Zoey's theme is 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long. Okay, I've heard this before a bunch of times actually. I just didn't realize this was Zoey's theme. We always, we stand a piano. Okay, I like this so far. I'm waiting for a little bit more, I know this does come in with a little bit more here. Yeah, okay. But where does it go from here? I actually can't remember. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a lot of build-up. It's a lot of build-up. This kind of sounds like Pokemon music just a little bit, huh? Am I making that up? Oh, and then has the... Oh, okay, this is good, this is good. Obviously, is this a... It's like an organ? Is that what this is? I like this, I like this. Where does it go from here? Right, yeah. Yeah, okay, here's my problem, I feel like it keeps building up to something and it just never gets there. I mean, it's a 7-minute song, right? So, yeah, okay, here we go. We found something, right? Like, I get it. This sounds like Mega Man. This sounds like Pokemon music, like Mega Man music. Maybe I'm nuts. What the hell? All right, Zoey's theme is all over the place. It's obviously, so it's 7 minutes long, right? So I'm probably doing it a little bit of injustice in some way, shape, or form. Like, it probably just doesn't loop for like 7 minutes there, right? So I'm probably missing something, but overall, I mean, I think it was fine, right? Like, it was good. It was good. I didn't dislike it. It was just, it felt like there was a lot of, like, it was building up for a really long time, and it took a really, really long time to get anywhere, right? Like, this is not, if I was just listening to the song normally, I wouldn't want to, like, oh, well, just skip the first 2.5 minutes, and then it gets good. I'm Is this crazy? Is this crazy? Are you guys gonna hate me if I do this? I feel like that's it's got a lot going for it. And listen, if at minute 6 it goes nuts, cool. But I honestly don't think that would even change my opinion that much. It just felt like, yeah, it was just a lot of. Am I being too mean? Hold on. How does it start? Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. It's not boring. It's not boring. That's a little. I'm gonna put it like here. Again, just because it feels like it's taken too long to like get anywhere that I'm super interested in, but it's not like boring or annoying. Okay. Cagliostro. So Cagliostro's theme is I am a little bit familiar with some shenanigans as far as this one, right? In the sense of very, very famously, this theme starts out sounding like this, and it's all, you know, super lollipops and sugar and rainbows and everything is wonderful, and obviously it transitions a little bit in the middle there. But let's listen to it as intended for a second. Yeah. Right, it's all... Everything is so beautiful, and we're walking through a meadow, and there's butterflies, and there's kitty cats, and oh my god, and everything, and we're so innocent, and we would never hurt a fly. Look at us, we're so cute! I forget exactly when it swaps over, though, because... Yeah, sure. Everything is so beautiful and pretty. Let's see, it's, yeah, this is nice, though. I do like this part of it, right? Like, even just this little, before it hits you with the switcheroo, right? This is still nice. It's still kind of hype. And okay, here we go. This is Cagliostro when she does the little evil smirk, and then she turns you into a golden statue. Yeah, and suddenly we're here, right? Suddenly she's just a villain, and it's been revealed, and you are now going to die. Okay, how much do I like that? Like, I like it, but how much exactly? This part is really good, right? And the part, honestly, even like again, the pretty girl ooh-woo part was also pretty energetic. We're gonna listen to most of this because this doesn't really loop, I don't think. Yeah, okay. Guitar. What happens here? Oh, and okay, then it kind of goes back into the Uwu girl, but it's got the rock instruments behind it a little bit. Okay. So I think this is probably. I mean, they put a lot of effort into this, right? It's really cool. So obviously, just for creativity points, I think it's not like it's because it fits the character, right? The character is Uwu small bean, and then suddenly she decides that, oh, actually, just kidding. It's a facade. I'm a 1,000-year-old demon child. So that's cool, and the music captures that very well. But even just outside of that sort of gimmick, 'cause that is kind of a gimmick, right? Even just the Uwu small bean part and the rock part, they're both really good on their own. Like I would listen to either of those separately. So I'm gonna is it Fire Piano Guy? Is it Fire Piano Guy? I feel like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just because it feels like I like the music individually, and I like the idea. I like the execution of it. I feel like just everything was done pretty well here. Ah, man. I didn't exactly. No, I like it because yeah, the Uwu part is basically it's like a much more interesting, energetic version of like Djeeta's theme almost, right? It's very engaging, and then obviously I did really like the metal transition there, so I'll keep it there. I won't second guess myself too much, but I think this is fun. Yuel, okay, so Yuel, very notoriously for me at least. Yuel's theme, Anila's theme, and to an extent, Soriz's theme, I can't tell apart. So Soriz obviously has the big grandpa banjo at the beginning that lets you know what's happening. But when I was just like casually playing the game before I sat down and listened to these themes, like we're doing right now, I couldn't tell them apart. So that can't be a good sign. I mean, in fact, we're gonna listen to these back to back. We're gonna bring Anila here too. I mean, I will say I'm a sucker for like these sorts of. I'm gonna call them like traditional Japanese sounding instruments, but obviously I don't know what I'm talking about from an actual music perspective. I do like that. I do like the flutes, right? Okay. I do love this flute. Man. This is weird. I feel like I really didn't like this when I was listening to it just as background music in game. Now that I get to just sit here and focus on it, the flute and like it's combined with sort of the more rocky side of the instruments. Wow, I am eating my words right now. I really like this more than I expected to. Okay, where do we go from here? Oh, I know, yeah. It does this, which I'm honestly still a fan of. Okay. And then do we loop after this? What happens when we kind of come down from here? Yeah, somewhat. Not entirely, but like I don't think anything too new is going to be happening there. You know what? I'm a silly little boy. I did not realize this goes kind of hard, to be honest with you. I actually like that a lot. I don't think quite as much as Ferry or Narmaya, but like again, I do love the little Japanese instruments there, right? Or I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm just using whatever frame of reference makes the most sense to me. But just like that Japanese sounding like flute and things like that, I'm a very big fan of those. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna hop into Anila here, and I'll see if they really are as similar as I mean. Now I've already been very wrong about this theme, about Yuel's theme, so I'm probably wrong about this one too. Okay, I understand my confusion, but I think that's when I was trying to find Zoey's theme earlier. Okay, you gotta cut me some slack here, right? Obviously, like, now that we're just really sitting down and focusing on them, these aren't, like, exactly the same theme, no. But, like, you gotta cut me some slack. There's some similarity here. Right? Like if you were just gonna be playing the game and like playing ranked and focusing on your matches, right? These are the two most similar themes we've listened to so far, at least. Even if they're not exactly the same. Get these other tabs out of here. Okay. Where do we go from here? Is it kind of... I think it kind of loops a little bit. Okay, now we got some guitar here. Okay, okay. I don't mind it. Oh, okay, and then yeah, it does get a little bit more intense here. Oh, I do like this part. Yeah, yeah. I do know that Yuel Anila. See, I'm getting it mixed up again. Right here. This I do like, but I mean, we take 2.5 minutes to get here. Like whatever's going on here, this combination of like the drums and the flute, I'm definitely a fan of. Okay, okay, okay. It feels like just a little bit until that part, which is again 2.5 minutes in, so I can't really give it that much credit. I think it's just a kind of a worse version of Yuel's theme. I recognize what I was talking about. Like, I don't think I'm crazy to say that they sound similar, but this one is just like a little bit more boring, I think. So I'm just gonna put it roughly here. I do like the part at 2:30. So, does anybody know? Besides Henri Mains, sit down for a second, because you were probably the only people who have this answer. Does anybody know what Uno's theme sounds like? Well, dang. Well, I mean, it's starting out interesting, that's for damn sure. What kind of final battle music? Is anybody else getting like a fight or flight response right now? I feel like something is like approaching. I gotta get ready. Oh, that's different. Whoa, man. What is the lore on this character? Why is this so intense? Like it's not intense in like it's obviously relatively low like BPM, I suppose, but it's just like again, it feels like a battle, like the final battle is coming, and I gotta be ready. Bro, they gave this theme to the character that nobody plays. Okay, okay, and then it looks like we're looping a little bit. Or maybe not? No, okay, okay. I'm gonna skip forward here. Yeah, okay, okay. I think it's roughly... What the hell? That's Andre's theme? That's so good. Again, I don't know if... hopefully I'm not... If I'm contradicting myself from earlier, but like... This is just like... Right? I don't know, man. Like, I was like... Again, that whole time, I just felt like, oh god, like I gotta watch out. It felt very, very epic, I suppose, is the way to describe it, right? It was just like if it almost like if that was the music for like the final battle, the story mode in this game or something, I would totally get it. Okay, well, final boss, Henri/Uno, congratulations. I mean, you're the best team we've heard so far, though you're about to be dethroned, I think, relatively quickly here. Spoiler alert, I have a bias for the villain themes. The vocals definitely help a lot. And I think, honestly, the game has a bias for the villain themes, too. Seems something to me, it seems like they put a little bit more effort into them. Eustace, I haven't fought a ton of Eustace, but I also just I can't summon his theme in my head off the top of my head. Peace and quiet. Oh, he's the like I call this the Guns N' Roses theme because I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it just this is him? Oh, okay, hold on, this theme's good. Yeah. I mean vocals I think is kind of cheating. I think it just makes when you're again we were talking about when this isn't background music to a match and when you're actually just like listening to it on its own, I think some of them were not designed to be listened to this way, so they kind of suffer. I think vocals definitely helps a lot with this, right? This is also... These lyrics are... foreboding. If I'm understanding correctly. I mean, we're just listening to this. I'm sorry. I have nothing to say. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta stop. I'm gonna listen to all 5 minutes of this if you let me. Whoa. Damn, okay, I do, so... Once I realized that was Eustace's theme, I've heard that song before, and the songs that I really like, if you go back and watch some of my videos, you'll notice, like, I'll comment on them, like, oh yeah, it's this song, you know, or something like that. So, yeah, I like this one. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites. I mean, again, I think the vocals, in an atmosphere like this, where they don't get this to be background music to a match, which is what, like, 99% of these themes were clearly designed to be, I think, and you have to actually just sit there and focus on them, I think vocals help make the song a lot more engaging, right? So, I mean, it's kind of cheating, but, like... That was awesome. I might have to. We'll see if this starts getting. I'm not just gonna arbitrarily limit the amount of items in the highest tier here. But if it just feels like, you know, like these two, for example, well, Katalina's theme too. I might re-listen to Katalina's theme at the end and decide how much I really like it. But like I'm considering knocking Cag 1 down basically, because I was already kind of on the fence of putting her up here. But as we keep going, if more and more things show up in Fire Piano Guy, and I'm just like, Cagliostro's theme is just not on the same level as like this, then we can go from there. But big fan of Eustace's theme. Let's move on to one of the other big villains of the game, Seox himself, the Eternals. So to my understanding, there are 2 Eternals in this game. Someone sort of explained the lore to me. It's Uno and it's 6, right? They're named after numbers like that. So if maybe it's the Eternals have really awesome music. Let's see what Seox's theme sounds like. Have I never heard this? I fought Seox's before, but I feel like this is completely unfamiliar to me. Oh, no, of course. Yeah, there you go. That's familiar. Wow. Yeah, and this just keeps building, too, in a way that I really like. I remember this. Right? It kind of... Yeah, like, they just keep adding on to this. This sort of, that basic... I think it's called a motif, again. But that basic sort of idea there, they keep building on it. And just adding more stuff as it goes on. So this is already kind of good, right? I already kind of like this, but then if I remember correctly, it really hits its stride pretty soon. Right around here, I think. Yep. Turn this shit up. Oh god, no, don't skip it. Turn it up. There you go. Yeah, this is good, right? Okay. Where do we go from here? Oh, it just... Oh, a guitar solo. What's happening? Where are we going? I'm gonna skip ahead a little here. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then we kind of repeat that. Wow. Okay, so this explains Uno's theme, right? I guess it's just, again, to my understanding, someone explained this to me as like lore-wise. These two are the numbered individuals. So are these Eternals, and I'm sure they, by that name, right, they definitely sound important. So I suppose that's why they were given such awesome music. I mean, that was, listen, Cagliostro, I'm terribly sorry. But yeah, it's just, you're not, I like your theme. You're not quite in the same weight class here. Is Katalina? I'm sorry. We're gonna take a real quick detour just back to Katalina here. I just want to see, like, is it as good as I remember? Is it standing up to this? Again, it's a very different one in the sense that it's a lot more melancholic, but okay, yeah. I do love me some string instrument. Alright, yeah, this isn't even the best part, right? It just keeps, it builds. Then they hit you with this. Oh yeah, no. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, no, okay. No, that's my bad. I'm sorry, Katalina. I was unfamiliar with your game. Damn, actually, okay, I'm not gonna let recency bias move her further ahead because I just re-listened to it, but that's really good. I might, at the end of the day, how these are ordered, these are all the best themes in the game so far, so it's okay. It doesn't matter if like here or whatever. Katalina, very, very strong theme. How dare I even question whether or not it belonged up there. Okay, Vira. This has got to be one that I've heard a ton, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it sounds like. Another sky. Okay, because we got What a Blue Sky for Gran, the same blue sky for Djeeta, and another sky for Vira? I don't know what that means, but I'm sure there's lore implications there. Granblue lore masters, please sound off in the comments. Oh yeah, okay, I've heard this a lot. Yeah. I wonder if this takes a turn at some point, like Cagliostro's theme. I know Vira's not like a villain by any means, but she can be a little bit crazy, so I wonder. Yeah, okay. This is like the general idea here. I feel you. Yeah, I've heard this. I'm skipping through this one a little bit more just because I'm very familiar with this. And by Vira's play count statistics, I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this as well. It's good. It's nice. Okay. Oh yeah, and then it kind of goes into this, like weird Final Fantasy airship sounding thing. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna call this a more interesting version of, like, it starts off with a similar vibe to Djeeta's theme, I feel like, but then it just kind of gets better. I think it gets more interesting than Djeeta's theme. I guess another sky, right? Maybe that's what that name is kind of fixating me to comparing it to Djeeta's theme in my head. But I think it's better than Djeeta's theme. I still didn't love it though. We'll put it like roughly here in between. Under Vaseraga, I liked Vaseraga's theme. Okay, well. So running into a string of so if you watch my my Road to Master, which by the way you definitely should, whole playlist of a whole bunch of videos there with lots of Granblue learning and playing and shenanigans with the diva, then you'll recognize this next one because this is the only thing that I ever play. This is my music selection at all times. Is I have Existence by Beelzebub, or not by Beelzebub, but Beelzebub's theme. Right, is my background music of choice in every single match. So you could probably guess how I feel about this already, but. You know, we're sitting here, we're actually analyzing, we're actually trying to figure out how we feel about the music. We're going to give it an actual listen. Obviously, it's 8 minutes long. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but you know, we'll get a general sense of it. We'll listen to like the first minute 30 and then start skipping around or something. So, again, if you watch my videos, you're very familiar with this. Even though Beelzebub himself is not a very common character, this is the music in the background of every single one of my sets, basically. Again, another vocal track, right? I think it is kind of cheating, but it's good. I know the words to this, which is a little bit embarrassing maybe, but again, in these sort of quieter moments, I think having vocals really helps it not be boring when you're still waiting for it to build up to something else. Like, this takes a while to get going, but I can at least listen to the lady and try and figure out what she's saying while that's happening, so. And, you know, we get going a little bit here. So kind of, it does another bit of another verse there to build up, and then obviously we hit the chorus right around here. Wait up. Yeah, right here, right? This is the... where the drop happens, kinda. She really just kills it on the vocals too, is the big thing. You get the idea. You get the idea. So obviously, like this to me, like a lot of these themes have had a bit of a novelty bump, right? Because for example, I've never really sat down and listened to Seox's theme. I've heard Uno's theme. That might have been the first time I've ever heard Uno's theme, right? A similar idea with like Eustace. I listened to this like when I'm not playing the game. So there's not the same kind of. I'm not surprised by it, right? Like I've heard it a bunch and I know how it goes. But even still, I really enjoy it. So I think I'm not gonna let. Like, it doesn't feel as fresh to me, because it's not. I've heard this 400 times. I mean, in background noise in my matches, I mean, I played over 1,000 matches of Granblue, and this is probably half of them, right? And then I've listened to it probably 50 or 60 times on my own time across that. So it's really, like, it's not new anymore, but I still really enjoy it. So I think that's gotta... I think I'm gonna put it here for now, honestly. Okay, Belial has 2 themes, right? So, G Billy, how come your mom lets you have 2 soundtracks? You could, again, this is why when I say that I feel like there's some favoritism, I guess, for the villains in terms of the music in this game. I mean, what better example could you give than Belial just having twice as many themes as the average bear? I mean, it starts really strong, right? If I have a criticism of I've listened to this a couple of times too. My criticism of this, I feel like it starts really strong, and then it just kind of really peters off for a while, right? You got this, he's ASMRing right here in your ear, right? Big sexy man, but... Yeah, okay. He's Linkin Parking, that's fun. Let's let him Linkin Park. Yeah, okay. Alright, okay, yeah. No, we hit a little bit of a... He's going nuts here, fair enough. And then we kind of go back, right? So it's weird, right? Because this song to me, I feel like the peaks are super high, and then there's just like there are those like periods of just, you know, like Where is it again? Like, this is Yuel's theme. I've lost my Belial theme. There you go. Like like here to like here, right? It's like a straight minute of like basically nothing. Just Belial kind of sexily whispering in your ear. And the lyrics are kind of hard to make out too, in my opinion, so it doesn't really help too much with those sort of lower energy segments. So it is really cool. It's really, really cool, right? But I think I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it at the top of Goes Hard, because I think it has a few too many flaws in the theme. Now there is the other Belial theme too. Something about the power that could rip him to shreds or something like that. That's also a cool one, but I can't find it. So I'll see if I can find that at the very end, and if so, I'll add like another image here, like another Belial or something, and we can go there. We'll do Avatar next though. Avatar, it's like operatic or something, right? Yeah, Morning Light Hymnus. That's the only one whose name I know besides Beelzebub, just because it's such an interesting name. So it's 10 minutes and 30 seconds long. Again, you want to talk about villain favoritism, right? We got this. This is like the length of like 3 of the other. It's like Gran, Djeeta, and Soriz' tracks combined are this long. I can't listen to this whole thing, but we're gonna try and get a general idea, right? Yep. You know how it is? Opera. Okay. Where do we? I'm gonna have to skip around here just because of the length. Oh right, yeah. We got Figaro going on here. He goes harder, I feel it. You gonna go again? Whoa. No, okay. Damn. Oh, that's the let me feel the power, right? But it's just instrumentalized from the other Belial theme I was talking about. Okay, I'm just gonna skip around here. We're gonna go near to the end and see what happens. Okay, so it gets real crazy in the middle. Got it. More opera, and it's got that same motif from before, right? You can hear it in the background there. Me to shreds, right? So I can't sing, but like I'm just like you get the general idea. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing, right? It's obviously a very complicated thing. Like there's a lot of efforts put into this. It doesn't just, a lot of these, for example, are just it's a minute 30 of like a general idea where it's like an intro and then a build up and a climax and then it sort of tapers off and then it loops. This is not that, right? This is like an actual, like this is a full composition going on here, and it's got lots of different references to the other Belial theme, right? It's the dude is killing it on the opera. It's very unique all the way through. Like there was no point that I clicked there and I was like, oh yeah, it's this. Like it just sounds like the earlier bit. I can't sit here and listen to all 10 minutes and 30 seconds of this. This video is, I think, probably already over an hour long, right? So I'm not going to do that to you. But like, sort of at a certain point, you have to respect ball, right? Like at a certain point, it's just like, this is the most high effort theme in the game, probably. And from the parts that I did here, I did really like it. If I sat down and listened to all 10 minutes of this, I probably would really enjoy it. So I'm going to give it it's like an honorary Harvard degree, right? We're going to put it up here. I'm going to put it at the bottom just because I couldn't really listen to the whole thing. But like I could tell this is really sick, right? And I really, one of the things that's really sad is I really, really like that reference to the other Belial theme in the back there. Anyways, because I assume the power that could tear him to shreds that he's referring to is whatever the hell he taps into to turn from this guy into this guy, right? So the fact that it is that power that he's talking about, he has tapped into it, and now it's the memory of him choosing to do so is still in his theme. I think is really, really cool. Okay, Siegfried, Fealty. Let's see. What do you say? Oh, okay. Yeah, another song that you surely will have heard a lot of times just because of Siegfried's popularity in this game. What is this the one I'm thinking of? He's gonna skip the build up a little bit here, just because we're... Yeah, okay. I remember this. This part's cool. Yeah, okay, this is the one that does this. It's got like the... This sounds a little bit like some kind of almost like some... This feels like Dragon Ball music a little bit. And listen, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fanboy. But, you know, it's not, it obviously doesn't have the same emotional attachment for me as like actual Dragon Ball music. Yeah, okay, we've kind of looped around. Sorry, I know I kind of skipped through Siegfried's theme a little bit there, but again, one of the more commonly heard themes, and I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with it, just like I am. And again, we're already pretty long in this video here, so I'll save time where I can. But it's fine, right? Like it's good. It's good. I like it. I think it's got a similar vibe. Well, not similar vibe, but I feel like I'm not just putting them next to each other because they're Dragon Knights, I promise. But I feel like it's kind of like Percival's theme, right? In the sense of just like it's nice, right? But there's definitely there are points that are pretty cool, and then there's some just like sort of middle parts where they're kind of trying to fill space, bridge the gap between the high points. It's not bad. It's mid. That's not bad. It just means it's mid. Grimnir. Grimnir, are you in Rising? Yeah, Dancing Windstorm. That's you, right? Oh, this is Grimnir's theme. Okay. Okay. Where does this go from here? Oh, interesting. This feels more like Metera's theme, and who else was it? Who had a similar Lowain, right? It feels like it's more on that vibe of things, which is not what I would have expected. Ooh, okay. This one's another 8-minute one, so I'm gonna have to skip around a little bit here. I do like this vocal part, though, I will say. Okay, yeah. Got this electronic thing mixing in with the vocals. Fine. I see you. Oh, okay. All right. Whoa. I really like this. This sounds like... This part, too, is really cool. It's another, it's like, this is not, maybe this doesn't actually sound like Mega Man music, but it's got that vibe to me. Okay, just, well, I think I know generally how much I like this, and I like it. I do like it quite a lot. I think this is going to be, let's call it like vaguely here, right? Like middle of goes hard, roughly. Okay, we're almost there. We're in the home stretch here. I mean, yeah, I just really like that. Obviously, I didn't listen to the whole thing. It is 8 minutes long, but just the general, all the different little. It's kind of like Avatar Belial's theme, where it feels like it's very different in every section of it. And from what I heard, for the most part, I liked it. There were definitely some parts where I'm just like, okay, well, I'm skipping forward just because this is very clearly just filler. This building up to something. But yeah, I mean, no, great theme, solid. Okay, let's find Nier here. There it is. Oh right, yes, right. I mean, you guys have heard this. This is the Danger Approaches theme. It is cool though. It is cool. You gotta hand it to her. You gotta hand it to her, right? Say what you will about Nier, but I like this theme so far. Let's see where it goes though. I forget exactly. Oh no, I think I remember how this goes. Yeah, okay. We're here, and then it kind of climbs here for a little bit, and then it hits this, right? Yeah, and then we get this little operatic section here, which is cool. Ooh, I like this too. This little slight reorchestration of it. Yeah, okay. So I think one of the things that really helps this is like the peaks of this are not necessarily as high as some of the things that I'm even going to put below this theme, but the main thing is that it starts really strong and it dips down for like 20 seconds, roughly 10 seconds there in the middle, but it starts strong and it kind of just keeps going, right? So I'm going to put this vaguely here. I think Charlotta's theme is probably even a little better than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, I think it goes hard. It's not my favorite by a long shot, but I like how it starts and it kind of carries that momentum very well. All right, then we got Lucilius, and then of course Mrs. 2B herself. Oh right, okay, yeah. I've heard this a bunch, of course. I fought a lot of Lucilius. Okay. Hey, see, like, so it takes a little bit to get going here for sure. Like Nier's theme starts a lot more interesting, for example, and a lot of the themes are like this. They take a second to get going. This is cool. This is interesting here. Okay, yeah, I like this. I was gonna go ahead here for the sake of time. Yep, I got you. Oh, right, yeah. And then it does do this. Okay. Yeah, it picks up a little. Yeah, okay, I remember this too. I'm just like skipping because this is one of those ones that's very different, right? So I'm gonna skip through the whole thing and try and find what I can. Okay, and now I think we sort of looped back around a little bit. Okay, so there's a lot of cool parts to this theme, but I gotta dock it just because I think it takes a little bit to get to the point. Like it's a solid like I think the beginning of a theme like this is pretty important. Where do I put this? I'm gonna put. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put this at the top of kind of mid. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the top of kind of mid because I think it just like it's a kind of like I wouldn't have listened to the part at like 4 minutes in because like 45 seconds in I'd be like okay well that's cool but when I'm gonna go listen to Eustace's theme. It's Guns N' Roses' second one. Welcome to the jungle, motherfucker. All right, and then of course so 2B is a little different, right? Because her theme is lifted directly from her game, to my understanding. So it's not like it's going to be a completely different philosophy, I guess, for the composition than anything we've listened to so far. I've listened to this; it's really good, right? We'll give it a listen anyway. So I've never actually played Nier Automata, but the music goes hard. I can tell you that for free. Someone did confirm for me, by the way, that this is not in a real language. So thank you. I was worried that it was in Japanese, and I was like, this doesn't sound real, and I was making a fool of myself. No, I only made a fool of myself the normal requisite amount, so that's good. Yeah. Listening to it more, like, in an isolated way now, that's pretty obviously not a language, right? I don't know what she's saying, but I like it, though. I do like it. It's a structure like an anime opening, right? Yeah, we're even hitting our stride right before the minute 30 where we have to go to the show. Okay. Actually, I've never heard later into this theme, so we're gonna skip ahead. But obviously, I really, really like what we've heard so far. What happens here? Okay. Yeah, so this is very much like Belial's theme, where it feels like there's a point to all of this, right? Like some of this is, how do I explain this? Like a lot. So we're done. And by the way, I like it's up here. I just don't. I think I'm gonna put it here. There's sort of. I want to do this because I just feel like there's like these 5 right here like make me feel something in a way that like Avatar and 2B's theme didn't necessarily. But the difference between these two, for example, and what feels like a lot of these ones under here is these feel like, you know, they're structured almost like a play, right? Like there's a point, like there's a lead in, there's a beginning that's leading in for not just for the sake of, oh well, we have to sort of build up the tension until we hit the climax. No, like there's a point to this. It's like a story is being told somewhat, right? There's a beginning, middle, and end, and it feels very intentional. Very similar thing with like Belial's feels like you're listening to an opera, right? Like it's telling a story there. I can't prove what I'm saying. But that's just the feeling that I get from how the music flows. So these two I feel like are pretty notably better than like a lot of this, but there's just a gap here, unfortunately. Am I willing to say that Beelzebub has the best theme in the game? Yeah. I mean, it's the thing. I would have expected to say this going in, right? So this is the theme that I've listened to the most, but yeah, I think Beelzebub's theme is my favorite for sure. Though all 5 of these, so these 4 were huge surprises to me. Eustace's theme I had heard, I didn't realize it was Eustace's theme, and I really liked it. Again, I keep calling it the Guns N' Roses theme, but I know as little about real music as I do about game music, so. Maybe that's not even a correct illusion there, but you guys get my point. And then Seox and Uno, that was a huge surprise for me. Those two are really, really cool, and I hadn't really ever sat down and listened to them. Catalina's too, similar thing. So, you know, we got over half of the music in this game goes hard or higher, right? So I think I gotta take it back. You know, I've been saying, oh, you know, the Granblue music is kind of mid, or like a lot of it is just kind of forgettable, whatever. That's like true, I guess, in the sense that like 40% of the themes or something are mid or lower, right? Also, nothing in ears bleeding, so that's good. But like overall, I like most of the music in this game. So I'll eat my words. I was wrong. The music in this game does not suck. I probably still, compared to like. Street Fighter, again, Street Fighter 6, I actually like the music. I know that's a hot take, but and especially things like Guilty Gear Strive or like Tekken, the Tekken music is nuts, right? I feel like I like the soundtrack in this game overall less, but you know what? It's good. It's good. It's official. I was wrong. It takes, you know, I can be man enough to admit that I was wrong about the music in this game. When I actually sat down and listened to it, I like a lot of it. All right, guys. Well, that was a very, very long video here. I think. Well, you guys tell me, but I think we're probably sitting at somewhere around an hour, a little bit over an hour there, but we made it through. We ranked all the songs here. If you like this kind of content, obviously it's going to take me some time. This is a different style of commentary, right? From just like, it's a lot easier when there's ranked gameplay happening on the screen, and I can just kind of explain my thought process and what's going on. So, you know, it's going to take me a little bit to get used to this different style of content. But I had fun at least, and I hope you guys did too. If you did, you know, I'll definitely, I can make more of this stuff. Now that we, again, spoiler alert, have Hitmaster, we can do a little bit less ranked grinding, a little bit more just general Granblue content and, you know, general content in general, maybe not even relating to Granblue. With that in mind, though, if you made it this far in the video, I got 3 things for you, as always, especially this time. This video is like an hour and 10 minutes long, so if you made it this far, then you might already have done these 3 things, but I'll remind you regardless. For number 1, if you liked the video, and I sure hope you did, get down there and like the damn video. And you know what? Actually, while we're here, let's play this little song here. This is the main theme here, just to kind of play us out. But if you like the video, and I sure hope you did, get down there and like the damn video, man. Come on, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. Greatly helps out the channel, and I appreciate it a lot, of course. While you're there, for number 2, I mean, that subscribe button, that bell button, they're right there. Keep up to date with all this Granblue I'm throwing at you. We got new videos every noon EST and 7 p.m. EST. Noon is going to be, you know, your classic ranked gameplay, maybe dabbling with some other characters besides Zeta after we play around in Master for a bit. And then 7 p.m., you know, you get a little bit more of this sort of variety content, right? Just kind of random videos like this, maybe some guide content, right? Maybe some games that aren't even Granblue, like we'll see, right? So that's your general structure there. Noon, Granblue ranked, 7 p.m. This is my playground. I'm going to try things out and see what sticks. But yeah, and of course, for number 3, most importantly, more important than whatever buttons you smash, more important than whatever algorithm interactions you hit me with. I appreciate all of those, of course, but I hope you had a great time hanging out today. I know this is a different kind of video, but I enjoyed listening to the music here, and again, pleasant surprise. A lot of it is better than I gave it credit for, so always nice to be proven wrong in when I'm being negative about something. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more content coming your way. I'm having a lot of fun with Granblue and just honestly this little side adventures here, so yeah, gonna be a lot more coming your way, but until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace!